Welcome guys, this is week 2, day 1 of our 3-week unit exercise. Last week we worked on nutrition. We worked on nutrition on good and bad healthy foods, false advertising, caloric information, and this week we're working on exercising. Next week we're going to apply them all together and see putting these nutrition and exercise components that we learned from the first 2 weeks, how they can benefit our lives as we grow older, because you guys are 11th and 12th graders going to be adults in the near future. So the first thing I want to do is say this: I love the military. You guys that have been with me, everything about me is military and paying respect to the people that fight for our freedom. So the first thing I want to do is, there's a flag right here, we're going to stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. So let's stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Take a seat. So we are going to talk about exercise. As I said, we are going to break it down into its parts, and then as we go on for the week, you guys are going to do an exercise project in the weight room and really dig deep into exercises and muscle groups of the body. So first being said, exercise. I got this right here. Exercise, the definition of exercise, medical news today states that it's one's ability to execute daily activities with optimal performance, endurance, and strength with the management of disease, fatigue, and stress, and reduce sedentary behavior. So I broke that down into 4 things. The first one is activity. Exercise promotes activity, whether you are hitting a softball, whether you're running a mile, that is activity, no matter what. And the next one is freedom, and specifically freedom of choice. You guys are playing sports right now. Not all of you play softball. Not all of you play football. And with the choices that you have to play, with the activities you have to decide, you can do whatever you want. And that's the great thing about freedom of choice, freedom in general, and just America as itself in the country. We talked about that freedom when we did the pledge. The mind and body correlation. So example, that's the next one. Mind and body correlation. So if I'm running a mile on a treadmill, I can't just run it and think about nothing. I have to think, hey, I'm going to run a mile, I'm going to be positive all times until that mile is finished. And with that being said, that helps your arms and legs and correlate with that mind and push to that end. And finally, you put yourself in that arena. In anything you do, whether exercising or a math competition or test, you're putting yourself competitive, chance to get better or get worse. And then so with the guys here, just these 5 guys, I'm going to give them 15 seconds to tell me what exercise means to them, and I'll start with Charlie. What does exercise mean to you?
Working your heart out.
Yeah, working your heart out, giving your max effort, something we will talk about later. How about you, Drew?
Doing things to try to get in better shape.
Yeah, it really is important because activity helps with shape, helps with things down the road, and having great physical shape will help with many other factors as you grow older in life. How about you, Em?
Doing physical activity to help your body.
Yes, it is important to help your body. Activity, the physical and the mental side. We'll talk about that more in a second. Caden?
Doing something that burns calories.
Yes, burn calories, and then replenishing that, what we talked about last week with nutrition. Great point. Jake?
Doing things to make you healthier.
That's a good job. That's a good job. So, with that being said, we are going to watch the video, and then we're going to talk about the benefits of exercise in a second.
Regular physical activity can lower your risk of heart and circulatory disease by 35%. When you are active, the heat produced by your muscles increases your body temperature, making you feel warmer. Your heart starts to beat faster, pumping more blood to the muscles you are using. Your heart is also a muscle. If you are active regularly, it gets bigger and stronger. Your muscles are working harder, so they need more oxygen. You start to breathe faster, so your blood can pick up more oxygen from your lungs. Your lungs work harder to make this happen. Once your blood has picked up oxygen, it moves to the muscles you are using, giving them the extra oxygen they need. If you are active regularly, more capillaries grow in the muscles you've been working. This is one reason why activity starts to feel easier over time. Getting active is great for people with diabetes. If you have type 2 diabetes, you have too much glucose in your blood, probably because you don't have enough insulin. Physical activity helps you use the insulin you do have. It also helps your cells use glucose, even when there is no insulin. Regular physical activity can improve your memory and attention span. Over time, the bit of the brain involved in memory and learning seems to get bigger. Long-term physical activity leads to a lower resting heart rate and lower blood pressure. This helps cut your risk of heart and circulatory disease. And there are more reasons to smile. When you're active, your brain produces chemicals called endorphins. These reduce feelings of pain and make you feel more positive. Getting active cuts down on stress hormones, reducing anxiety. Combine activity with a balanced diet and you'll help yourself reach and maintain a healthy weight. Aim for 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity per week. Try to be active every day. Every 10 minutes counts.
So with that being said, why do people exercise? The answer is the benefits from a physical, mental, health, and social perspective. So with that being said, it talks about in the video, the physical side of it, the heart increasing. The heart is a muscle, same similarity as the bicep. You work on that through running, through heavy lifting. Your heart's going to increase and become better and stronger. And that also comes with eating healthy foods along the way. Benefit for sports. The weight room, for example, is a lab to your field, whatever that may be. For example, the baseball or the weight room is going to help you get stronger to throw harder, pitching. Similar to hitting a softball or pitching softball. So understand it like that, and that will make it more exciting to the weight room. Such as you do practice problems in math, and that's going to help you prepare for a math test. And then finally, it helps reduce disease. I know genetics is a big factor in disease, and just sometimes you can't do anything about it, but working out helps reduce disease or prolongs it to later in life. And one of the diseases is the heart disease, is an example. So another one is mental health. Basically, a healthy mind equals a healthy body. You have to think positive all the time in order to get great results, both physically and mentally. And a positive mindset is very important, like I just talked about. Having a great mindset is going to help you achieve those things along with anything else in life. And then socially, confidence to enjoy daily activities. If you're a person who is bigger and just maybe sort of you think out of shape and not the greatest healthy, what does that mean to their social side? What does that mean? I think that you're not going to feel confident going out to enjoy an ice cream or enjoy time with friends. You might stay home and might just feel alone, and that's another topic, but to me, having confidence in yourself physically is going to help you mentally along the way. And then finally, the quote, taking care of the mind is as equally important as taking care of the body. Both factors, it's two parts to this, taking care of the mind mentally and also the body physically. Both factors help your life tremendously. So next slide. So what are the best forms of exercise? We have first, it's bilateral and unilateral exercises. So some here that are important are the squats. It increases your speed because the power. It also gets you great quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. Another exercise is the push-ups. It's great to test internal strength. And for the squat, it works on your quads, hamstrings, and glutes. And for the push-ups, it works on chest, shoulders, and triceps. So when I say bilateral, you're working both sides of the body. And then unilateral, the lunge, is an exercise that helps with hip mobility and flexibility. And some people don't do it because it's hard, but it's a great challenge for you guys to help work on balance and just inner strength. And finally, the bicep curl. What I mean by that is you're working on that one arm strength. It helps your arms get stronger and along with your mental mind as well. So 3 important recommendations for exercises. Number 1 is the technique, having great technique. Number 2 is also the safety. And number 3 is the effort. All 3 are important. So with that being said, final slide here, the 4 main muscle groups that people focus on in their body, to me, is the chest, the abs, the glutes, and the quads. The chest, it's the pectoral muscles that will help a person grow a strong upper body. 3 chest exercises that I personally like are the dumbbell butterfly, where you're just here and spread it apart, and then the push-up that we just talked about, along with the bench press. Also, the next group is the abdominal. All right, everybody wants a six-pack. Don't worry, I do too. But having a strong core will help a person have great endurance and push through exercises and activities. All right, you have to have a strong core to pitch, hit, and any really thing physical. And then the other thing is 3 exercises. The plank is pretty common, along with mountain climbers and flutter kicks. And then the glutes, everyone wants to have a great looking butt. And performing these glute exercises will help them have a strong lower half. 3 glute exercises to improve glute strength are the fire hydrants, the donkey kicks, and the glute bridge. And finally, the quadriceps is also great because it helps you gain speed, to help run your 40 faster or whatever you're trying to do. Then 3 great exercises for this are the lunge, the squat, and the setup. So it's been a great time learning with you guys today. A couple things, make sure you get your outline projects in for the future. And tomorrow we're going to break it down even more as we meet in the weight room. But I'm truly excited for where we're going this week. And I truly, truly want you guys to get something out of this. What, to me, you guys got 30 seconds. What do you guys get out of this, each 5 of you? So let's start with Charlie.
Exercises for our chest, abs, glutes, and quads.
Yes, because when you get older and when you get into a fitness exercise, weight room, say the why, you want to focus a day on the chest, a day on the butt, a day on the glutes, quads, all that stuff. And just knowing this information will help you out when those times comes. Because it is coming, unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever way you put it. What about you, Jake Wiegman?
Getting exercise reduces the chance of getting diseases.
It does reduce the chance of getting diseases. I think that's very important as well. What about you, Caden?
Bilateral and unilateral exercises.
That is very, very great point, because bilateral we do squats, that's using 2, and then the lunge is basically the same thing, but also that balance factor with one side of your body. And then
Exercising can have a great impact on your mental health.
It is. It's very true. It's evident that that physical part helps with mental and social as well. Drew?
Say how exercising benefits your heart.
Yes, it is very important. That heart is what beats. Once that stops, unfortunately, death comes, and that is not a good thing. So prolonging that through the exercises, mentally and physically, will help you in your life. So I want to say thank you guys. Make sure you guys got everything you need, and we'll see you tomorrow.